Have you ever dreamed of a place where the sun never sets and flowers glow with a light all their own? Come with me on a journey to a world just like that. Our story begins with Neera, a curious adventurer with hair as blue as the deepest sky. Wrapped in her white silver cloak, she held a compass that pulsed with a soft, guiding light. With her were her two best friends, Riel, a tawny blue wind sprite who zipped through the air like a hummingbird, and Aura, a lantern bird whose feathers shimmered like captured starlight. Their destination: the legendary Everbloom Island. They'd heard whispers of this place for years, magical island floating in the sky, with gardens that bloomed in a constant, gentle twilight. A day, as their airship drew closer, Neera gasped. Thanks. It was even more beautiful than the stories. The island was a masterpiece of floating gardens, connected by bridges of woven vines. And the flowers. They weren't just ordinary flowers. They were a breathtaking sea of pinks and golds, each petal radiating a warm, welcoming light that pulsed in a gentle rhythm, as if the whole island was breathing. Landing softly on a bed of glowing moss near a rill, and Aura began to explore. The air was warm and smelled of honey and night-blooming jasmine. Every step they took sent up little puffs of sparkling pollen. Riel darted ahead, leaving a trail of blue light as he danced between giant, luminous mushrooms. Aura perched on Neera's shoulder, her own light adding to the magical glow. Neera followed a winding path paved with smooth, iridescent stones. The path led them deeper into the heart of the island, to a clearing where a magnificent willow tree stood. Its long, weeping branches were strewn with flowers that glowed brighter than all the rest, like a cascade of tiny, living lanterns. But as Neera drew closer, she noticed something was wrong. Huddled beneath the willow, almost hidden in the shadows, was a small, trembling figure. It looked like it was woven from moonlight and flower petals. Its body was translucent, and the soft light that should have been coming from within it was weak and flickering, like a candle about to go out. This was a flower spirit, one of the guardians of the island's magic. The spirit looked up, its large, luminous eyes filled with sadness. It was so shy, it could barely make a sound. Neera knelt down slowly, her voice as gentle as the island breeze. "Hello there," she whispered. "My name is Neera. Are you all right? Your light? It's fading." The flower spirit flinched but didn't run. It pointed a delicate, leafy hand towards the heart of the great willow tree. At its center, where the light should have been the strongest, was a dark, shadowy patch. The core of the island's magic was being smothered. The spirit was connected to this core, and as it weakened, so did the spirit. Neera understood immediately. The flower spirit was too weak and too shy to fix it alone. It needed help. "Don't worry," Neera said, her voice full of determination. She looked at Riel and Aura, who both nodded, ready for an adventure. "We'll help you bring back your light and the light of the island." Neera pulled out her glowing compass. It wasn't just for finding direction. It could also sense and amplify sources of magical energy. She held it towards the darkened core of the tree. The compass needle spun wildly before pointing straight at the shadow. Neera knew what she had to do. They needed to channel positive, joyful energy back into the tree to push out the darkness. "Riel," Neera called, "I need you to create a whirlwind of happy breezes around the tree. Let your energy dance." Riel zipped into action, creating a playful vortex that rustled the leaves and made the glowing flowers chime like tiny bells. The sound was beautiful and full of life. "Aura," she said, "sing your brightest song. Let your light shine." Aura puffed out her chest and began to sing. Her song wasn't made of notes, but of pure golden light that flowed from her beak and wrapped around the tree trunk like a warm hug. Neera focused all her own energy, her hope, and her courage into the compass. She held it forward, and a beam of brilliant sky-blue light shot out, joining the whirlwind of air and the river of golden light together. The three streams of energy, joy, light, and courage poured into the dark patch at the tree's core. For a moment, the shadows seemed to push back, but it was no match for their combined strength. Slowly, the darkness began to recede. The light returned to the center of the tree, first as a faint glimmer, then growing into a powerful, radiant pulse that washed over the entire clearing. The willow's flowers burst into a dazzling display of color and light. Neera turned to the flower spirit. It was no longer trembling or hiding. It stood tall, its body now shining with a brilliant, steady light. It bowed its head to Nara in gratitude, then did something amazing. It reached out and touched a flower on the willow. The flower detached, floating over to Nara and settling in her blue hair where it glowed like a star. With the island's heart restored, all the flowers on Everbloom Island glowed brighter than ever before. The flower spirit now danced happily among them, its light a beacon of joy. Neera, Rill, and Aura said their goodbyes, leaving the island more magical than they had found it. As their airship sailed away, Neera touched the glowing flower in her hair. A beautiful reminder that even the smallest act of kindness can help someone's light shine brightly again.